As the drama surrounding Harry Kane's future rumbled on this summer, Tottenham Hotspur quietly extended the contract of their other main star, Son Heung-Min. Now on the books until 2023, Daniel Levy will have breathed a huge sigh of relief knowing their Korean sensation is going nowhere fast. In many ways, Son is as important to Spurs' ambitions as their English talisman. Not just a world-class striker, he's a glowing symbol of the Lily Whites' newfound international status. In an era where football continues to reach an ever-growing global audience, Tottenham is home to arguably Asia's best ever player. But does Son deserve that label? In this Euro Football Daily Explained, we will look at his incredible rise to stardom, explore what he means to the people of South Korea, and see who possibly stands in his way as the undisputed king of Asian football. On the surface, Son cuts a very relaxed and humble figure, but his early footballing education was anything but easy. Born in Chuncheon, the capital of the Gangwon region of South Korea, Son was taught football by his father, a former professional himself. Son and his brother were subjected to hours of repetitive basic exercises, such as keepy-ups, to improve their basic skills, and banned from competing in matches until the age of 14, under their father's belief that overworking the young athletes could ruin their potential. Shooting and passing drills were also heavily restricted. It meant by the time Son joined Hamburg as a 16-year-old through their development relationship with the South Korean FA, he was already a gifted technician. Using SpongeBob SquarePants as a tool to learn German, he quickly got to grips with his new surroundings. Hamburg's youth coach at the time, Marcus van Arlen, told the BBC how his insatiable appetite for scoring stood out at a young age. What is special about Son is the quickness and speed he has and then the character to want to make the goal, adding, "It was beautiful to work with him." Sure enough, Son quickly progressed through the youth ranks at the Volksparkstadion, gaining 73 Bundesliga appearances by the age of 21. In the 2012-13 season, he scored 12 times in the league, becoming just the 5th South Korean to hit double figures in a single top-flight European campaign. The world was awake to Son Heung-Min, and Bayer Leverkusen pounced to sign the forward in a €10 million deal, then a club record. Over the next 2 seasons, he scored 29 times for his new employers, including hat-tricks against Hamburg and Wolfsburg, and netted a 5-goal haul in Leverkusen's 2014-15 Champions League campaign. Not since the legendary Eintracht Frankfurt forward Cha Bum-kun had a South Korean made such an impression in German football. But Son always dreamed of playing in the Premier League, so when Tottenham came calling in the summer of 2015, Die Werkself didn't stand in his way, pocketing a cool €30 million from the North Londoners. It was a record fee for an Asian player until 2017, when Qatari side Al Duhail paid €35 million to Portuguese minnows Portimonense to sign Japanese winger Shoya Nakajima. But unlike Son's move to Spurs, it was a complete disaster, as after just 13 games in the Middle East, Nakajima quickly returned to Portugal. That said, Son's first season in England wasn't without its struggles. He made more Premier League appearances as a substitute than a starter, leading to a disappointing 4-goal return. The following summer, he reportedly asked Spurs boss Mauricio Pochettino for a transfer. However, the Argentine insisted he would give him another chance to fight for his place. And from then on, Son never looked back, scoring 99 times over the next 5 seasons to become not just a star of the Premier League, but a global footballing icon. The records have continued to tumble at Son's feet. He's gone from being the first Asian to win the Premier League's Player of the Month to the continent's highest scorer in the division's history. The same applies in the Champions League, where he's found the net 13 times. Twice named Tottenham's Player of the Year, in 2019 he came 22nd in the Ballon d'Or after helping Spurs reach their first Champions League final. 12 months later, and his wonder goal against Burnley was honoured with the Puskas Prize, and he's been named Asian Footballer of the Year in 6 of the last 7 occasions. Don't bet against him taking the title again in 2021. That's partly down to his relationship with Harry Kane, which hit new heights last season. The pair developed an almost telepathic understanding, with Son laying on 9 assists for the English superstar. Kane in turn helped create 5 of Son's 17 Premier League strikes, making their combined goal efforts of 14 assists a record for the English top flight. This kind of form propelled the 29-year-old into the category of football's elite, currently valued as the 15th most expensive player in the world by Transfermarkt at €85 million. The only thing Son is missing are medals and trophies, but away from the pitch, various endorsement deals have made him perhaps Spurs' ultimate prize, particularly back in South Korea, where his rise in the Premier League hasn't gone unnoticed. To say Son Heung-Min is a megastar in South Korea is an understatement. Typically, celebrities from the nation's booming K-pop music scene dominate the public interest, none more so than BTS, the music sensation who in March 2020 became the fastest boy band since the Beatles to chart 4 #1 albums in America. But nestled among the vibrant faces of the K-pop world sits Son. From ice creams to skincare to shampoo products, the hugely personal striker is in high demand. He has a big advertising deal with Adidas and even followed on from Thierry Henry and Roger Federer to become the Korean face of Gillette. Football's ageless appeal makes Son a popular figure across every generation, and his efforts for the national team have only strengthened his popularity. Captain of the Taejuk Warriors, Son's highlights include leading the under-23 side to Asian Games glory in 2018, a result which earned him exemption from South Korea's military service. He scored 3 times as South Korea finished runners-up to Australia in the 2015 Asian Cup, and netted the winner as they dumped reigning champions Germany out of the 2018 World Cup in Russia. To date, he scored 27 times and 92 caps, though that is some way off Chuncheon national record of 58 goals. Tottenham has reaped the benefits of Son's international appeal too. As of 2018, the club estimates it has 180 million fans worldwide, with Asia contributing 45% of those followers. Unsurprisingly, a considerable chunk of those come from Korea, where it's believed a game featuring Son will have upwards of 1 million viewers regardless of the 8-hour time difference. It's been predicted that Korea homes more Spurs fans than in the UK, and no match at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium is complete without a wave of Korean tourists desperate to see their talisman. Son has been integral to the Lily White sponsorship too. Since 2014, the Hong Kong-based insurance company AIA has been Spurs' global principal partner. Son's popularity in the entire Asia-Pacific region has made it a hugely beneficial relationship for all concerned, with AIA regularly leveraging the Koreans' image. Their decision to extend their partnership with Tottenham until 2027 was no doubt taken with their striker in mind. Son's colossal success on the pitch has also taken foreign interest in Asia to new heights. Almost every major European club now has at least one academy in the region as they hunt for the next star. Last season, Tottenham predict their own coaching programs in South Korea connected them to around 10,000 different players, while last season the number of Koreans in the Bundesliga rose to 9. South Korea's success is directly linked to the strength of the country's first division, the K-League, which was established in 1983. It proved hugely influential in developing infrastructure and improving local talent, leading to their first appearance at the World Cup in 1986. They have qualified for 9 straight occasions since, a feat the region's other footballing powers in Japan, Saudi Arabia and Australia are slowly catching up with. Other nations like China have at times turned to naturalization in order to speed up the success of their national sides, but the process of offering foreign-born players citizenship has done little to turn around their fortunes, with their only World Cup appearance coming back in 2002. The current scaling back of the Chinese Super League is another example of how throwing money at expensive players doesn't necessarily breed success. Yet Son has shown with the right support a player from Asia can reach the very top, making him a symbol and ambassador the entire continent can aspire to. Of course, he isn't the first Asian to find success in Europe. Shinji Okazaki of Japan holds cult status at Leicester City thanks to his role in their historic 2015-16 title run. Meanwhile, the likes of Yuto Nagatomo, Shinji Kagawa and Keizuki Honda all enjoyed illustrious European careers. And who can forget Ali Daya, the Iranian forward who until recently held the record for the most international goals on 109. Then there is Park Ji-sung, a central figure to Manchester United's glory days in the late noughties. Famously adored by Sir Alex Ferguson, Park made over 200 appearances for the Red Devils across 7 seasons after joining from PSV Eindhoven. He is undoubtedly Asia's most successful ever footballer, capturing 19 trophies in a career that saw him become their first Champions League winner. Park's run to the 2002 World Cup semi-final of South Korea also cemented his legendary status on the international stage. But Son's individual exploits over the past decade make it almost impossible to look past Tottenham's number 7 as Asia's best ever. Not since Son Heung-Min has the continent produced such a potent striker capable of performing on the biggest stage of all, while he's helped shatter the unhelpful European stereotype that Asian players are merely hard-working team members. He may not have the trophy cabinet he deserves, but few have ever shone as brightly as Son Heung-Min. And just 29, there is still plenty more to come. So that was our take on the rise of Son Heung-Min. Is he Asia's best ever player? Let us know in the comments down below. This was written by me, Henry, so get at me if you disagree. And this was also edited by Danny, so give him a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. Make sure you're liked and subscribed to EuroFootball Daily with the notification bell switched on, and we'll see you next time.